Okay, let's be real for a second. Have you ever felt like you're just not that interesting? Yeah, it's a feeling a lot of us have. So today, we're going to tackle this head on with a topic that might feel a little personal. But trust me, the main takeaway is right there in the title. Getting a personality is easy. Actually.
I mean, what a line to kick things off, right? This quote basically says that the wall between you and being an interesting person isn't some high-security fortress. No, it's more like a picket fence with a gate wide open. Maybe we've just been staring at the wall instead of, just walking through the gate. All right, so if it's supposed to be so easy, why does it feel completely impossible sometimes, right? As an adult, just answering the question, "Tell me about yourself," can feel like a final exam you didn't study for. How did it get this hard when it used to be so simple?
Think back to when you were a kid. Your whole personality could be summed up in a few key things. You are the kid who loves Harry Potter, knows a weird amount about frogs, and is unbeatable at Connect 4. And you know what? That worked. That was a personality. Fast forward to today, and that same question just gets, well, crickets. A big old blank space.
Oh, we have all been here. You're at a party, maybe it's your first day at a new job, and someone hits you with it, "So, what do you do for fun?" And for the 82nd time, your brain just goes completely blank. It's in that moment you start to wonder, wait, do I even have hobbies? And of course, what do? We turn to the internet for answers. And what we get is a whole lot of really well-meaning but totally useless advice. The kind of stuff that, honestly, just makes you feel worse. Yeah. The number one piece of advice is always just be yourself. But let's call it what it is. That is some serious extrovert propaganda. For a lot of us, and yeah, especially for my fellow introverts out there, just being myself doesn't magically create something interesting to talk about. So you Google it, and what do you get? Ads for personality tests, lists of books you should be reading, join a pottery class. And look, there's nothing wrong with pottery, but here's the problem. None of this stuff on its own actually solves the core issue. It doesn't give you that thing that makes you interesting to talk to in a normal conversation.
But what if there was a better way? Turns out there is, and it's this really clever technique, kind of like a life hack, that comes from a place you would not expect: Ivy League college admissions. It's called the spike method.
So what is a spike? Well, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Imagine a flat line representing all the common, everyday hobbies. A spike is that one niche interest that you develop that just shoots up from that line. It's the thing that makes you stand out, the thing that makes you memorable.
And this isn't just some random idea. This is a real thing. College admissions officers, the people whose actual job is to sift through thousands of applications to find interesting people, they use this. When they find an applicant who's weirdly good at something super specific, yep, they call that a spike.
Okay, so how does this actually work in the real world? Let's break it down. And to prove how powerful this is, we're going to use what seems like the most boring example possible: cleaning. Now here's the best part, the absolute magic of this method. You don't need a PhD or 10,000 hours of practice. We're talking less than a month. In less than a month, you can dive into one niche topic and learn more about it than literally 99% of people. All of a sudden, you are the expert in the room on that thing.
Okay, so let's go back to that party, that moment of dread. Someone walks up to you and asks that question.
But this time, it's different. Instead of that awkward silence, you say this: "I'm actually really into cleaning. I've learned all this crazy stuff that most people don't know. Like, you want to know the real truth about robot vacuums? See that? It's a total game changer. It's unexpected, it's a little quirky, and it's a hook. I mean, who isn't going to ask a follow-up question to that?"
And it's not just about talk. A good spike can lead to actual shared experiences. Imagine saying, "Hey, I can bring my pressure washer over to your house and we can just blast all the gunk off your driveway." That's not just a conversation. That's an activity. It's a memory, and it's way better than just talking about work.
Okay, really important point here. Your spike is not your entire personality. You are not now the cleaning person for the rest of your life. It's not something you have to talk about all night long. Think of it like this: it's just the foot in the door. It's the interesting opener that gets a normal conversation started. All right, so you can pick pretty much anything for your spike. Seriously, the weirder, the better sometimes. But there is one golden rule. One rule you absolutely cannot break when you start talking about it. And the rule is this: you have to be Bill Nye, not the PhD student. Think about it. When Bill Nye the Science Guy talks about volcanoes, it's awesome, right? It's exciting, it's easy to get. But when a volcanologist with a PhD starts talking, using all this scientific jargon, Our brains just shut down. You've got to be Bill Nye.
Because here's the secret. People will listen to you talk about anything, I mean, literally anything, as long as they can understand what you're saying. The second you try to sound smart by using a bunch of jargon and inside baseball terms, you've lost them. It's over. Keep it simple.
Okay, so let's put this all together. Let's make it super simple. This whole thing really just boils down to a 3-step action plan. That's it.
Step 1. Find something, anything, that you're actually interested in, no matter how weird it seems. Step 2. Spend a little time with it. Get enough experience so you know just a little bit more than most people. And step 3. When you're introducing yourself, talk about that thing. That is literally it. There's no secret step 4. It's that easy.
So I'll leave you with this one last question to chew on. What's that one weird little interest that you already have? That thing you read about on Wikipedia late at night? What is it that you could dust off and turn into your own personal spike?